Yeah, I get stung a lot by bees. It's part of the game, I guess. Rather be stung by a honeybee than a woman anytime. I bought this orchard in 1994 and beehives came with it. I just started noticing that, the honey tasted different and looked different at different times of the year. And I didn't really know any more than the average person off the street about bees and honey. And the more I spent time with it, I realized that every plant has a season, spring being the dandelion, basswood early summer, and goldenrod in the fall. Those are all distinct time periods and plants, and the honey that's produced from those plants all taste different. I developed this single source honey idea. Honey collected from one location, from just one hive and one time period. Each of our jars of single source honey has one of 18 locations printed on it. It has the actual hive number, the flower source, or the season that it was collected in. It's all unique. One of a kind, really. Our single source honey is raw, and that means it's been removed from the comb and no additional heat has been applied to it. But raw honey has anti-allergy properties, it has mild medicinal properties, and these things are all lost if you heat up the honey and put it in a plastic squeeze container and keep it liquid year-round. Some spaces are just... A lot of the problems that you hear about in the news about the so-called dying bees revolve around really industrial beekeeping practices. And similar to how poultry and pork are kept in confined, unnatural concentrations, beekeeping has evolved that way too. For the large majority of beehives and beekeepers in the United States, they take their hives out to California in late fall into winter. So they'll feed these hives sugar syrup and soy flour to imitate nectar and pollen. It doesn't really respect the bee's life cycle of, in nature, the bees would be at rest over winter. The way we keep hives here is pretty old-fashioned. We still use wood and beeswax combs. We still keep our bees here in Minnesota year-round. I get to understand their life cycle and what they need or what they might be experiencing. It really becomes a lifestyle rather than just a job. So I find the same enjoyment that I did 18 years ago when I started this business. I'm still extracting honey this spring and get to smell that fresh honey and taste the different flavors and get all excited about what might continue to happen this season. Mother Nature and the bees set my schedule, and at some point when the bees need to rest in the winter, the beekeeper here needs to do something else too.